wonder how many people got absolutely fucked skipping home inspection. How was that process for you buying a foreclosure versus buying something not in foreclosure?
So foreclosures are going to be different for a couple different reasons. One, you are buying from a bank, not an individual. You are presenting an offer to a bank, to a company, an entity that
and they have no stake in the game like a seller does. They're like, yeah, if you don't take it, somebody will. There's no emotional equity in it for them, though. I wonder how many people got absolutely fucked skipping home inspection.
But back to the original question. So foreclosures are different for a multitude of reasons. One, you are buying from the seller is a bank. It's not the actual homeowner. It's interesting because certain banks, depending on how long the prior loan for this house has been in default, sometimes they're willing to just take what they can get for a price, and even if it's less than what was still, let's say someone still owed $300,000 on their house and they got foreclosed on. The bank took the house from them because they hadn't made payments in over a year, and phew, they had to move out. Bank now owns the house. Bank lists the house for $300,000 because that's what was still owed on the loan, and they're trying to get their money back.
They won't list it for property value worth. Like if you do comps in the area and the house is worth $5, they're not going to list it for $5. They don't care. They just want their $300.
That's why foreclosures are usually so much cheaper. Because if it's like someone paid $400,000 for this house, they lived in it for quite a few years, paid down $100,000, and then someone lost their job or something happened, and now they can't pay, and they foreclose, but they only owed $300. Usually the banks just, I'm not saying this is the case in every circumstance, but usually the banks just want to make sure they get back the money that they loaned. That's what they care about. But so let's say they list the house for $300,000. Let's say the house sits on the market for some reason because, unfortunately with a lot of foreclosures, they are in some state of disarray or malfunction or destruction.
Can we buy an old meth lab?
Yeah, or just completely dated, or need some kind of upgrades as far as electrical or plumbing. It can vary. Sometimes you get really lucky and you get a foreclosure where maybe someone bit off more than they could chew buying a brand new built really fancy house, and they just couldn't actually afford it day to day, even though on paper they could, because that's a whole different discussion. But more times than not, from what you see, the foreclosures need some work.